What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. In today's video, we're going to be doing the Big 3 Rebuild Challenge. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically what I did is I took 3 of 2K's biggest hype beasts, Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, and Lamelo Ball, 3 guys who are obviously very good basketball players, and 2K makes sure of that. We put them all on the same team, and we're just going to see how many championships we can win today. So there's really not going to be any sort of challenge in this one. I mean, obviously I have 3 of the best young players in the entirety of the NBA. Really what we're doing today is we're rounding out 2K22 on a fun note. We're going to put these 3 guys into one team, see if we can get potentially 3 championships today. I think it's possible. So I need a couple things from you guys. One being, most importantly, 2K23 obviously comes out tonight at midnight. Now I need you guys to let me know, would you prefer seeing a video at like 2:30 in the morning? Because I can definitely make that happen if you wanted to see it. Or would you just prefer for me to wait till Friday afternoon, post at my normal time? I could happily do that as well. Please let me know down below in the comment section. Of course, while you're here, we'll round it out 2K22. If you guys have not yet, subscribe to the channel. We'd always appreciate it. The road to 40K is officially here. And yeah, I have made up my mind for the first team I am officially going to be rebuilding in 2K23. And let me have your guesses down below in the comment section. But seriously, before we do get into this video, thank you guys for a great year of 2K22. Obviously, I'm not able to post every day when I was at school, but now we're graduated. We are into the real world. Hopefully, I can post every day in 2K23, and I'm seriously looking forward to it with you guys. But once again, thank you guys for a great year, and I'm excited for 2K23. But without further ado, man, we got to end 2K22 on a high note. Let's hop in. I went ahead and I put these 3 players all on the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, reason I did that is pretty obvious. These are the Pelicans that are always just the biggest pain in the ass to play when they have their normal squad. I sent Brandon Ingram over to the Charlotte Hornets for Lamelo Ball, and I sent CJ McCollum over to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic. No, I do not believe those are even trades. But yeah, that's basically all we got at this point. This is not supposed to be a challenge. This is supposed to just be a fun, kind of relaxed, laid-back video where we see if these 3 can win me multiple championships. Now, I think it's definitely possible. I mean, they're the hype beast big 3 that 2K sometimes overrates a little bit. Now, I'm not sitting here and telling you that these 3 are not amazing basketball players, because all 3 of them are. They're all obviously all-stars, and I think there's a way that all 3 are potentially Hall of Famers. But we're not getting there yet. We're blowing ourselves a little bit out of proportion. The way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to move Luka to the shooting guard spot. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I'll change his backup position to point guard. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead. We'll make some trades trying to fit this team the best way we can. We obviously have our backcourt set and our power forward set. So don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind like Herbert Jones and Jonas Valanciunas, but I think we can do a little bit better. So why not? It's the final one of 2K22. Let's go all out. We're going to move Herbert Jones to that power forward spot. I'll find you guys some trades. I know he's going to regress super hard, but I think it would be really fun if we got Paul George. It's unfortunate how hard he does regress, but Paul George obviously, when healthy, one of the better two-way players in the league. One of the best players in the league in general. So we're going to send Jonas Valanciunas and Trey Murphy for PG-13, Rodney Hood. Paul George will be starting at the small forward position for us. And yeah, that basically left a pretty gaping hole at our center spot. So that's definitely what I'm trading for next. We just added a center to our team, and a really good one at that. We traded for Clint Capella. I'll show you guys the full trade right here. We sent Larry Nance Jr., Devontae Graham, Kira Lewis Jr., a couple pick swaps for Clint Capella, TLC, and Skylar Mays. So that rounds out our starting 5, and the rotation's all set. It's going to be a 9-man rotation with Lamelo, Jose Alvarado. It's just going to be Luka. I'm not playing Skylar Mays or Garrett Temple. We have Paul George and Herbert Jones. We have Zion, and then I'm actually going to probably leave Jackson Hayes as the backup power forward, and then probably have Capella and Hernan Gomez be my 2 centers. But that's a really good rotation. Let me go ahead and set it. I would be absolutely shocked if this team was not atop of the Western Conference. I mean, between the big 3 of hype beasts with LaMelo, Luka, and Zion, we add Paul George and Clint Capella, 2 really good players, and this honestly pretty solid bench. This team has no reason not to be good. And if we're not good, I think 2K officially is something against me. But there's absolutely no reason to believe that we will not be good. It's going to be LaMelo Ball, Luka Doncic, Paul George, Zion Williamson, and Clint Capella. Just absolutely insane. Obviously, this is not a rebuild challenge, but this is probably the most insane starting 5 I've had in 2K22. And no, I know I didn't actually earn this. I kind of just gave it to myself. But yeah, we're going to see how they do, and hopefully 3 championships. Herbert Jones, Jackson Hayes, Jose Alvarado, and Billy Hernan Gomez is how the bench will look. let's see what this team can do at the end of year one. I think we should try to go ahead and get our 3 hype beasts, if you will, an MVP award for each one of them. Luka wins it here in year one. It's not a triple-double where typically is my threshold, but he's on my team today, so I'm not too mad about it. Nobody's surprised that we're the 1 seed here in the West. Also won in the power rankings. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year on the Detroit Pistons. Ben Simmons, 6-man. Giannis Depoy, Tyrese Maxey, Most Improved. And Willie Green, 70-12. I want to hit 75 wins with this team, and I think it's possible. I think with a couple tweaks on our bench, I think our starting 5 is kind of set. I think maybe a couple tweaks on the bench, I think it's definitely possible today. But awesome first season. Obviously, I want to win 3 straight championships, so our goal is not yet completed, but 70 wins is a really good starting point for us. Player stats on the year. I mean, all these guys were just absolutely insane. I mean, I can't even believe I was able to trade for Paul George, just kind of throw him into the mix just like that. Unfortunately, he is somebody that regresses a little bit, as I'm sure many of you do know. But, we'll work with what we got today. I think Paul George definitely can fit this team pretty well. I want to look at team stats. How many, there we go. How many points per game did we score? We scored 128, almost 129 points per game, almost 10 more than the second best team. And we were, where were we in defense? We were 3rd in defense, just under 110 points per game. So really good margins on that. As I mentioned, definitely the top team in the league right now. We got Denver here in round 1. Jamal Murray, Will Barton, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. That's a clean sweep if I've ever seen one. I would say they're only better than us at one position. And we actually go to 7 games, which makes me a little bit nervous. But, yeah, I mean, I guess these honestly, like, if we think about playoff experience here, like, the only one with any, like, Luka has playoff experience now. But, like, Paul George obviously is a veteran who's been in the playoffs. Clint Capella has some experience, but, like, I mean, I guess Luka has some. But, like, Paul George is really the only guy with, like, I don't want to say serious because, like, Luka was just in the Western Conference Finals. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these players are obviously all still young for the most part. So, it definitely does make me a little bit nervous. We are up 3-1 here against the Memphis Grizzlies, and we win in 5. And the Phoenix Suns, CP3, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. Very talented team there in Phoenix. They were actually a 6 seed, interesting enough. And, yeah, thanks for coming. We sweep them. Milwaukee Bucks. We got another demigod on this team, obviously, in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then, yeah, the rest of his squad with Drew Holiday, one of the best defensive guards in the league. Chris Middleton, who I still think gets disrespected to this day. I think he's a lot better than 2K gives him credit for, and a lot of people in general give him credit for. But let's see what happens here. We are up 3-0. And, you know what? I'll get some gameplay now because why not? We're not in my shared file. We're in a completely different file, so we hopefully shouldn't get the exit loading screen glitch. But, yeah, I think I want to get some gameplay with especially a guy like Paul George, who I'm hoping to have here the whole video, but we don't know with regression. We are here in Milwaukee, and we are up by a whole lot of points. What is that, 29 points we are up by right now? So I'll try to cover Giannis. I mean, obviously, that's a pretty much impossible task. We actually do a pretty good job there with Zion. I do not want to give the Clint Capella the ball to dribble up court. But yeah, so obviously this was not a challenge. I kind of just wanted to see some things for myself, and obviously a couple of you guys also wanted to see this. Funny enough, I actually got some comments saying, like, do a fantasy draft rebuild and then try to, like, trade for all these players. And, you know, I don't even think that's, like, remotely possible. Luka has 40. Holy shit. I personally have never been able to trade for even one of these players. Actually, I might have traded for Lamelo before. But, like, Zion and Luka, you just are not trading for. And I think a lot of you guys agree with that. Paul George, 3-pointer. That's a brick. It was just nearly impossible. And I wanted to get them all on the same team and just kind of run a simulation to see how good they could all be together. So I think that's kind of like the more fun way of doing it. I was thinking about putting them all on a team with like a bunch of 70 overalls, but it also kind of hit me if I do that, then like obviously we'll still probably be a good team, but like I won't be able to really do much with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't be able to make a ton of trades with 70 overalls. I won't have a ton of cap space because eventually these guys are going to be free agents and require big contracts. So I just think it was more fun this way. Obviously, again, not a challenge. If you're looking for a rebuild challenge, I'm sorry you didn't find it here. But yeah, we typically round out 2Ks with just a random fantasy draft. And a lot of you guys, I got actually pretty overwhelming response of saying, do this little challenge if you want to. Oh my, Clint Capella. Do this like little challenge. I don't even want to call it a challenge, but do this little video and kind of end 2K22 on a high note. And I'm really happy that I did it because I'm actually really enjoying it so far. But again, it's super important for you guys to let me know, when would you prefer to see the video? Are you guys staying up for the release and actually want to watch a video at like 2 o'clock in the morning? Because if I post it then, I obviously want to know that you guys want to watch it then, because it makes no sense if you guys all to watch it at like the normal time that I post and just go ahead and have me post it at 2 a.m. But I'd be happy to do it. So let me know either way down below in the comment section. And yeah, let me know what team you want me to use second. I'm not going to let you guys know what team I'm going to use first. I do have them in mind. I've actually been thinking about it now for about a week. So yeah, you guys will obviously see, but let me know what other teams you guys want to see immediately once we do start up 2K22, and I'm looking forward to it. Zion gets the mid-range to go. I will see you guys with the Finals MVP. We sweep the Milwaukee Bucks in 4 games. We end on their home floor. Always a good feeling. And Luka, holy shit, as you guys saw, he had 40 there in Game 4 in the sweep. 37.5 points per game, almost 7 boards, 8.5 assists, 1.5 steal. Shot 73.5% from the field and 73.5% from beyond the arc. What the fuck? I mean, my God, 2K, I'm not saying Luka's not going to be insane. I think he has MVP potential. He's currently my pick for MVP next year. But, like, come on. 73.5% from both the field and 3. That's a little bit insane. Let's see the draft lottery right now. Looks like we do not have any picks. I don't know if any of those Lakers picks kind of hit the lottery. The Dallas Mavericks actually ended up sucking without Luka. Shocker. And they have the number 1 overall draft pick. So hopefully getting a generational prospect or a second generational prospect. Obviously, we took theirs. And Victor Wembanyama helps him out a ton. Willie Green more than fine as our head coach. So let's hit the draft. Do we have our own first round pick this year? I'm actually not sure. We do not. We have 15 and 24. I will draft somebody with the 15th overall pick in round 2. I'm going to draft whoever has the coolest name. I've been doing that a lot here in the later stage of 2K22. And Jaden Hardy's actually here. Holy shit. Okay, that's actually a real person. I kind of want to draft him, I'm not going to lie. I don't really need him, but it could be cool. Matteo Spagnolo, that's a really cool name. Hyunjung Lee. That's also a sweet name. I feel like Jabari Walker is the name you give your my player when you're 13 and just want to have a cool name. I don't know why. You know what? I'm actually just, I might as well take the one real player here with Jaden Hardy. So welcome to the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm actually surprised he was still on the board. He's actually a 71 overall. Am I thinking of somebody else? I could be thinking of somebody else. Maybe I am. I might be losing my mind. It's early in the morning. Skylar Mays, I'll give the qualifying offer too. Why not? It could be a good bench piece. He didn't even play last year, but maybe he could be in the rotation at some point in time. So there's not a ton to do with this team. Obviously, I mean, we have this core together, and it's really not going to be changing anytime soon. So obviously, Paul George is going to unfortunately regress a little bit. That's something we'll have to deal with. But as of now, the only thing I'm thinking of changing is maybe my backup center, just because we don't like to leave things identical for multiple years. So I'll maybe throw Najee Marshall and Billy Hernan-Gomez together in a trade, and we can just kind of see what pops up. Let's find both these guys and see some sort of backup center. Does not have to be anybody amazing, obviously. Ooh, I like Grant Williams a lot. I just don't need him. Xavier Tillman and a first-round pick. That's actually pretty solid. I think I'll actually take that. It's not a shot against Hernan-Gomez. I just like switching things up. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that as well. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that trade. Welcome to the team, Xavier Tillman. We also get a first-round pick, and I'll see you guys at the start of year 2 here in New Orleans. Here's how it's going to look for year 2. We're fresh off a championship. Wayne made one small, minuscule move to our rotation. That would be our backup center spot. And, yeah, I think this team should hopefully be on track to win a second championship and then a third championship. It's Lamelo Ball, Luka Doncic. Paul George has regressed to an 85. As you guys can see, it's unfortunate. I know I could just go in and edit his, peak regression age or whatever the hell it's called. But I have never done it in 2K22 so far. I'm not going to start in the final video. Zion continues to progress. He's an absolute animal. And then Clint Capella. Bench unit, Herbert Jones, Jackson Hayes, Xavier Tillman, our new addition, and Jose Alvarado. Let's see what happens at the end of year 2. I'm hoping for another championship. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get every single member of this big 3 an MVP. As Luka wins his second straight, I'm assuming he'll probably win a third straight next year as well. But at 0.1 rebounds off a triple-double. It honestly hurts to see, but again, absolute monster. Could not be more excited to have him here, obviously. 1 seed here in the West, no surprise there. Jabari Smith Jr., Rookie of the Year, was taken number 1 overall by the Dallas Mavericks. I forgot that we're behind a draft class. I thought they were getting Victor Wembanyama. They did not. They got Jabari Smith Jr. Tyus Jones, 6th man of the year. I rarely ever see that. Congratulations. Isaac Depoy, I see that one a lot. THT, most improved. Now a member of the Utah Jazz. Willie Green, Coach of the Year, as we go 73 and 9. So we're still 2 wins away from our goal, but we're hopefully getting there very, very soon. And, yeah, we're probably just going to run a train again on the playoffs this time. I mean, 60 wins with the 76ers. I just don't see a world that this team does not perform unbelievably well. Unfortunately, this is probably PG's last year here with us, just based off the fact that he's going to continue to regress and might as well switch up one of the big star players we do have in this team that honestly I still can't believe we kind of got. So, round 1, Denver. We actually had them in round 1 last year. I think we went to 7 with them, I believe, last year, and we sweeped them this year. Clippers. Funny enough, I actually saw this team beat us once last year. Like, while we were simming, I just looked up and they beat us. And I was like, what the hell? Like, don't get me wrong, Kawhi is obviously an unbelievable player. But, like, there's just no way this team should really be beating us. And I can say that basically about every single team. Warriors here in the Western Conference Finals. Steph Curry versus Luka Doncic again. Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, who's really, really good. Yeah, I don't even want to know. Wow, he's only averaging around 14 points. I've seen him average all the way up to like 30 points, so that's interesting. I got Poole coming off the bench, Draymond Green, Moses Moody. I might surprise. Yeah, no, like, there's just no way. All right, 76ers, Harden, Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. Am I crazy for saying they're only better than us at one starting position, and that's the center spot? I don't think I really am. Let's see what happens here. We actually lost game 1. We lost game 3 as well. We got a little bit of a battle here with the 76ers, it looks like, and we win in 6. So, I mean, it wasn't too stressful. Luka wins his second straight MVP award in the finals again. And the shooting stats weren't as crazy this time, but still unbelievable numbers from him. And, yeah, best player on our team. All right, final offseason. My final offseason in 2K22. It really hurts. It hits different. Let's see, do we have any draft picks? Wow, Knicks have 2 top projected picks. That Lakers pick looks like it's going to be going number 1 to us, and it falls to 4. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the number 4 overall draft pick. Like, maybe I'll include it in a trade with Paul George, trying to make some, like, mega trade. But, yeah, let's see what I can find. I don't even know if this is possible. I'm just kind of trying to trade for Jimmy Butler. He's not a guy I've really ever been able to trade for. And no, I'm not getting into the discussion right now of Jimmy Butler versus Paul George. I'm strictly doing this based off the fact that I've really never been able to trade for Jimmy. And it's the final season, and I kind of want to get him. I don't even know if this is going to be possible. Wow, you wouldn't take that for Jimmy Butler? And we only have 2 players under contract, unfortunately, and I'm, not giving up either one of these guys. So Jimmy's not happening. I don't want to, like, I mean, everybody else in this list is probably just impossible to trade for. Like, I don't think I'm trading for Tatum. I mean, I can offer. Celtics require too much money. So, like, yeah, this just isn't happening at this point. I'm under shooting guard / small forward. So, I mean, maybe at this point I look maybe power forward / small forward. Like, KD's probably not happening. Like, there's like a cutoff somewhere, obviously, where I'm only going to be able to trade. Yeah, he's untouchable. Like, I'll give him this same trade offer, and maybe they'll take it. I don't really know. Probably not. But, yeah, we're not getting Kevin Durant, are we? All right, it would have been fun. Obviously, I think kind of the cutoff here is like this right here between Brandon Ingram and Jimmy Butler. And, yeah, I'm not really seeing him. I mean, Ant, if he wasn't obviously a free agent, that sucks. Like, do I want, like, Jaren Jackson Jr. and then maybe play Zion at, like, the 3? Like, I could maybe do that, but, like, is that really as exciting? Not really. You know what? I guess. Why not? Let me get Jaren Jackson Jr. I just know he's not going to regress, and that's kind of the reason I'm doing it. I'm not even going to give them the 4th overall pick just because I think I can honestly get this to go through without giving it up. So then we'll draft somebody for the bench, and they agree to that. So we have Jaren Jackson Jr. now, which means I'm going to slide Zion Williamson down to the small forward spot. He actually goes down to a 92. Does make me a little bit nervous, but obviously Jaren Jackson Jr., I don't want to say on par with Paul George's defense, but they're both obviously tremendous defensive players, and I'm excited to have him here. So he's 23 years old. It kind of fits the mold of the age of this team. And, yeah, we now have the number 4 overall draft pick, so obviously it's Henderson and Victor Wembanyama. Probably the top 2 prospects off the board that are going to go, and they both do. Victor goes 1. Wow, Scoot Henderson actually fell to 3. I don't even know who we need right now. I really don't. Maybe Gregory Jackson? Sure, why not? Let's get a new backup power forward. He's going to be my final draft pick in 2K22. He's a 77 overall. That's 100% fine by me. All these guys are going to come back. Other than that, Jackson Hayes, Zion Williamson, both free agents. I would like to get them both back. I'm just going to give the qualifying offer here to Zion. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point in time. Jackson Hayes, I'm honestly just going to kind of let go. I really am. We don't really need him anymore. Actually, you know what? I may not let him go. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have him be my new backup center. I actually like Jackson Hayes a lot. I know that's weird after me saying I was just going to renounce him, but like I would prefer him probably. Who else did we have? Who was our current backup center? Was it Xavier Tillman? Yeah, so I'm going to move Jackson Hayes to the center position. Oh, no, I'm in center's position. And then Xavier Tillman, I don't know. Maybe I combine him with Jose Alvarado and look for an upgrade. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing stuff around at this point. So Tillman, Alvarado, and our Bucks pick in 2025. Any upgrades at the point guard spot here? Honestly, I could just, it doesn't really matter who I take at this point in time. I mean, they're only making like $5 million combined. So my options are kind of limited, but you know what? I'll look. Let's look at point guards making a max of $5 million, which has got to be a very, very small list at this time. Up this like $5.5 million. Davion Mitchell, honestly, I would do it. I would definitely do it. Let's offer them Xavier Tillman, and I'll also throw them Jose Alvarado. They don't want to do that. How about I just give you a bunch of picks? And because why not? They agree to that. Welcome to the team, Davion Mitchell. This team is set. I will see you guys at the start of the third and final year. Year 3, our final season of 2K22 is officially here, and I want to cap it out on a high note with a championship. Now, looking at this team, that really shouldn't be a problem. But as I'm sure many of you know, 2K and me don't always get along, so let's see if we can hopefully accomplish that goal here at the end of year 3. Lamelo Ball, Luka Doncic, obviously our insane backcourt that's been here the entire time. I moved Zion to the small forward spot. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but we will see. Jaren Jackson Jr., our new trade addition. Obviously, I would have loved to have kept Paul George, but he's just going to continue to regress. So why not go the youth movement route and get a guy who's really solid here in JJJ. Clint Capella, Davion Mitchell, Herbert Jones, Jackson Hayes, and Gregory Jackson round out the rotation. I'll see you guys at the end of our final season of 2K22. I wouldn't want to end 2K22 on any other note. Luka wins his 3rd straight MVP. Only time will tell if we won 75 games, which was obviously kind of our goal to open this video. Luka's absolutely insane. No surprise there. Victor Wembanyama went probably #1 overall to the Portland Trailblazers as he does win Rookie of the Year. Very impressive rookie campaign. Chet Holmgren, what in the world? This wasn't a fantasy draft. I don't know why Chet Holmgren's not on the Oklahoma City Thunder right now, but nonetheless, why he's being a 6th man. Like, plug in Tingus Pingus to the power forward spot. Make it work. Giannis wins his 2nd DPOY in this video, I believe. Jaden Ivey, most improved. No shot. No shot. Oh, my God. Have I ever won 79? Oh, my God. We lost three games. That's insane. Like, I don't want to say like that puts it into perspective, but like that Warriors season when they won 73 games, like they only lost 9 games. Like, that's insane. I cannot believe we won 79 games. Obviously, I didn't really do too much of this team to earn 79 wins, but like, it's just insane to like just see that visual. Like, that's absolutely bonkers. Our big 3 all leads us in scoring. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane. Obviously, this is probably my best team I've had in 2K22. Not that I, again, earned it, but, like, seriously insane. It doesn't really matter who we're playing. I mean, we won 79 games. We should probably be sweeping everybody. Mike Conley made his way over to the Timberwolves. It's actually one of the better backcourts I've seen with the Timberwolves. Well, they did lose Rudy Gobert, but typically they end up keeping, like, Edwards, Gobert, and Towns, and then they end up with just a horrible backcourt. But they went a different route today. They let go of Gobert, and they kind of built their team out a little bit differently. Once again, a rematch here with the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Kuminga appears to be continuing to get better. As I'm sure a lot of you know, he continues to do that pretty much every year in 2K. And, oh, no, we're going to have to beat my Celtics in the finals season. It's fitting, though, that the Celtics are in the finals. It's a good way for me to end off 2K22. And can we, are we not going to lose the game in the playoffs? We're not going to lose the game in the playoffs, are we? Oh, that hurts. That would have been such a cool... Hold on now. Okay, thank God. I was going to say, if we were going to end this video with the Celtics beating me, it probably would have been fitting for how my luck typically goes in 2K. But, yeah, that was it. That's our final rebuild in 2K22. Rebuild complete. And this was the big 3, the hype beast rebuild, if you will, with Luka, Lamelo, and Zion. So, yeah. That's it for me in 2K22. I had a ton of fun with you guys this year. It was an awesome year of growth and growing the community, and loved every single second of it. So, of course, I'm looking forward to 2K23. I'm going to do some Jordan challenges and some throwback eras and everything like that, and some rebuilds there. I'm super pumped and looking forward to it. So, let me know who you guys want to see as the teams I rebuild first in 2K23. As I mentioned, I have my first team picked out. But after that, we're going with what you guys want. We're getting right into it. So, also let me know if you guys want to see a video at like 2 a.m. or you want me to just wait till normal time tomorrow. I'll actually, even if it was normal time, I'd post it a little bit earlier. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 o'clock in the morning or, like, daytime in, you know, the United States. So, I'm fine with either. Just let me know down below in the comment section. As always, you guys are new around here, man, and want to stick around for 2K23, we'd love to have you. Let me know down below in the comment section any videos you want to see in 2K23. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for a great year. I love you guys, and I will see you guys all in NBA 2K23.